All right, guys, fire away.
2 minutes. I can't hear him. Nobody's talking to me? All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, Ray, you're muted. There you go.
I'm sorry, Brandon. My thing was on mute. How's everything? I hope everything's going good with you. It's nice to see you.
Yep.
First question is just, in terms of everything that went on with the franchise tag, the contract, how do you feel about everything, and how do you feel about looking forward for a long-term deal after the season or during the season?
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm just glad I get to play another year here. I said my end goal is to end up as a Redskin my whole career, and I'm one more year closer to that, and I'm just excited for this year, so I'm not really worried about that at all.
You were on the offensive line last year, and obviously you guys have a new offensive line coach in John Matsko. What would you say to him? What are some of the things that you saw that could have been improved on? What are some of the things that he said to you guys working with you so far?
While we're working on is the small details and the different way that he coaches things, and we had a great coach in Coach Callahan, and we owe a lot to him. He helped us be the players that we are right now, and Coach Matsko has he's got a different way of doing things, so we got to do what he wants us to do, and just focus on the techniques and details that he wants to get the job done.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yep.
Hey, Brandon, Sam Poirier with the Washington Post. Thank you for doing this. I kind of wonder what are some of the different things that John Matsko does?
Well, I mean, it's a whole new terminology, so we just got to learn different terminologies. He's got different footwork, so it's all his way of coaching, and you just got to listen to the coach, and I'm excited to learn all the new things that he has to teach us.
And where do you feel like the offensive line is at in learning those things right now? Obviously, not having been on the field before with him.
I don't know how many weeks we had with him. 8 weeks of OTAs with him. So he showed us films of the Panthers doing it, and the O-line from the Panthers doing it, from the Rams doing it. So we were able to kind of get a glimpse of what he's teaching, and then he expected you to go out, on your own when you worked out in the summertime and do it on your own, so that when you get here, you were able to step on the field and just pick it up right away. So I think we did a good job of doing that, and he's done a great job with us.
Thank you.
Hey, Brandon, John Kine, ESPN. How you've had those injuries last couple of years? How have that impacted you, and did it change anything about your approach at all? Anything you did differently in the off season to get ready?
Nope, nothing. I'm not changing anything. I'm just trying to take care of my body a little bit more. I told Ryan Kerrigan this morning, I said I respected Corey Lichtensteiger. When I was a rookie, I came in here at 7:30 for an 8 o'clock meeting and ate breakfast and went right up to meetings, and now I'm coming in at 6 for a 9 o'clock workout. So I'm just trying to take care of my body a little bit better, trying to follow the example of Ryan Kerrigan and older guys like that who have this is year 10 for him. So just trying to pick up things that he does to help his body get through the process.
And I'm curious, we saw a lot of it, Dwayne Haskins, the weight he's lost and all that. How does he look to you? How different does he look to you?
He looks great. We're excited for him. He's doing a great job in walkthroughs for us. Communication-wise, he's picking it up on the fly, and he's doing a great job. And we've seen him be doing pretty good and just stacking days on top of each other.
Brandon, Nikki Giampaolo with the Washington Post. Wanted to ask you about the recent report about Iowa. I know you spent a lot of time there since coming to the pros and obviously playing there. Do you have any thoughts on that report that with all the allegations of racial bias?
No, I'm not going to comment on that. I just appreciate Coach Doyle for all he did for me. I wouldn't be the player I am without him. So I wish him the best, and I owe a lot to him.
Hi, Brandon. Just wanted to ask, what do you make of kind of the left side of the offensive line? Obviously, Donald Penn is gone, and Eric Flowers are gone. Just how can you fill those spots, and what have you kind of observed from Sadiq Charles and either Wes Martin or Wes Scheitzer?
Yeah, just trying to be the vet. It's kind of hard to say that, the vet that all those guys were to me. Just trying to help them along the way. Sadiq has asked me a lot of questions. And Coach Matsko is just throwing a whole bunch of guys in there in the mix and just trying to find that right group. But you just got to show up each and every day and show the Coach Matsko, Coach Rivera, that you know what you're doing.
And then I wanted to ask you about players opting out. If you look at kind of who's opted out, offensive linemen and defensive linemen have been kind of the players and the positions that have opted out the most. Why do you think that is? Is there something about the line, big contact, physicalness, or?
I honestly haven't been paying attention to that.
Thanks.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. You okay?
opting out, or what was kind of your decision-making process when determining to report to camp?
No, I mean, you just wear a mask when you need to, and just take care of yourself and stay away from people. And in Iowa, you can do a pretty good job at that.
Thank you.
Hey, Brandon, it's JP Finley from Inova Sports Washington.
Next.
Thanks for taking time. Thanks. I wanted to ask you, in a roster that's turned over pretty significantly, you've now been here a while. Does it feel different for you than when you were drafted and Scott was here and Bruce was in charge and Jay? How different does everything feel since Ron has taken over?
Feels different. I think what Morgan say, I was the fourth oldest now, which is kind of crazy to believe. But change is good, and you just got to do what Coach Rivera asked. He's been very successful, and I think he's the right man for the job, and we're excited to have him at the top.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
You mentioned Morgan as another older guy in the room. How's your guys' relationship evolved over all this time together?
Going great. In the off season we would FaceTime. Morgan has a beautiful house out in Beacon Hill. If any of you guys want to go check it out, beautiful swimming pool, nice weight room. So I would go out there and work out when I was here. When we were in quarantine here, go over there and get a lift in. But no, I appreciate Morgan. I've played with him for 6 years. This will be year 6 on the line. So he's helped me out a lot, and I've tried to do the same for him. So it's kind of fun being two of the older guys on the team now.
What about you? Do you have access to the whole weight room setup?
Me at Morgan's?
No, when you were back in Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really shut down. So I was rehabbing, and they had a workout facility right there, so I was able to do the same thing.
Good deal.
Hey, Brandon, Ben Standing with The Athletic. I guess just to touch base, John asked you about sort of your off-season work in terms of some injuries, but how are you feeling now after the injuries last year?
Feeling really good. I did rehab 4 or 5 days a week since January, so I got cleared right when I got here, so I'm feeling really good.
Cool. And to the contract part, just sort of briefly, Ron mentioned months ago that when it came to extensions for anybody, he's a new coach. He wants to get to know the players before he was willing to sort of do anything.
Yep.
It goes somewhat in reverse. This is a new regime. You don't know him. You don't know how things are going to go. How important is it for you this year to learn more about Ron, the coaching staff, where this organization is headed before you potentially agree to stay here beyond this year?
I'm honestly not worried about next year at all. I'm just focused on doing what Coach asked and trying to be that leader he wants me to be, and just if I do everything right, things will fall in place. And I've told you I've wanted to retire as a player of the Washington team the rest of my career. So just got to focus on the small details and get better as a player, as a group, as a team, and everything will fall in place. So I'm not really worried about that.
Hey, Brandon, we have heard from a few players how this offseason could kind of maybe even be a nice reset just from not having to deal with OTAs and things early on. I was looking at your Twitter earlier. It looked like you did a lot of hunting with your son. You had some bush lights. So do you think this offseason has freshened you up a little bit and made you even more focused than you would normally be?
Oh yeah. We got to stay at home. With that quarantine, I did a lot of turkey hunting. I did a lot of fishing, and bush light was only on Saturday, so I held off on that. And they have bush light apple now, so I think fruit's good for you now, right?
What's your review of the bush light?
It's pretty good, but bush regular is the go-to right now. But yeah, I feel good. Not having that extra, 4 weeks of pounding, during OTAs is really good for your body. But I feel good. I took care of my body quite a bit, a lot better than I did the years previously. So I'm excited to get going.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chris Russell.
Sorry, I thought Les was in front of me. Hey, Brandon, it's Chris Russell, 106.7 The Fan on that side. Just curious, do you look at the injuries over the last couple of years as being just normal wear and tear, or just unlucky things that happen in football? How do you kind of view that mentally?
I honestly think they were unlucky. One, I landed on the ground wrong, and that's where I tore my pec. And the other, I had my arm out of the. I know the exact play it happened. I had my arm in a weird position, and that's where my shoulder went, and I knew it went. So I tried to play through as many games as I could. So just that's my fault. Better technique, and it wouldn't have happened.
Thank you.
Yep.
Brandon, you and a few players on your team have always brought your whole family down to Richmond for training camp. Did you stay home in Iowa this year? And what kind of discussions went into that, and whether or not to even come and play this year?
Well, we're in Ashburn right now, so we have a place here. So my wife in Easton, my son, and then my 2 dogs, we all drove out last 2 weeks ago, and so they're out here with me, which is really awesome.
Brandon, Scott Abraham, ABC7, good to see you. Obviously, the injuries the last couple of years have been frustrating for you. I guess, first of all, what have you kind of learned about yourself viewing the game from a different perspective, in a sense, being on the sidelines? In a sense, also, did it make you appreciate playing this game even much more, being out for the last couple of years?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's your dream. It's always been my dream to step on the field and play football, and I'm very fortunate to be able to call it a job. So when you're on the sidelines watching everybody else play or have somebody play in your spot, you always want to be out there with your teammates and the guys that you push through practice, each and every day. And Morgan, I've said I've been there with him for 6 years, and he's played every game. He's fought through injuries, so I just wish I could do the same thing on that.
Hey Brandon, Steve Weiner from the AP here. I'm curious, have you given any thoughts to kind of what's going to be like to play in an empty FedEx Field, maybe empty stadiums around football, and kind of how surreal that might be?
It's going to be different. On away trips, you don't have to worry about the crowd noise. I don't know what the ruling is on that, but we're honestly just not focused on that right now. We're just focused on trying to learn the playbook and trying to do what Coach asked. And we got 5 or 6 weeks until the first game, so we got a lot of making up to do in that short amount of time. So we just got to worry about ourselves, and then the game will take care of itself.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much for your time.
You bet. Thank you. Yep. Thanks.